Welcome back to Gatekeeper Media's coverage of the Round 2 Back 9 MPO Chase Card action at the Preserve Championship, powered by Prodigy Disc. I'm Andrew Fish, joined here by Nathan Queen.
What a fun treat that we have had here to watch this course. Lots of birdie opportunities and lots of opportunities just to see some cool shot shapes, even though we're out here on what seems to be fairly open. And another scoreable back nine coming up. As you see, Calvin Heimburg leading the way on our card 6 under. Noah Meintsma just behind him, finishing that front nine strong with the turkey. And James Proctor right there 4 down. Grady Shue, a little bit of work to do here.
Yeah, for sure. That round 2 leaderboard peppered with birdies, and we are halfway home at the Preserve on the Black Bear course.
Yeah, and hole 9 played as the easiest hole on the course today, and then hole 10 playing as the second easiest hole on the course. So a couple holes you feel like you need to get the birdie. Wide open on the first one, most likely turnover shot around the big tree that kind of defines the tee shot. After that, your choice is to lay up short of the little OB creek or try to go over.
You see Noah having taken the box, composing himself, getting a wind read. Kind of varied between head and tail, but often with a left to right component. Noah has slung this out to the left a lot. Probably going to be in the high stuff, but with a swing.
Yeah, caught a pretty good amount of drift still, even as wide as it was. But should be in a pretty good spot just to throw a hyzer towards that creek. Most likely stay on the short side of it. If the wind does get right, there's some opportunities for eagles on this hole with this big turnover tee shot.
We know Barella got it yesterday. Calvin with a pretty good move, although this is... Oh, it did flatten pretty well. Probably eagle not in play, but certainly a smash over the ditch to a pretty easy layup. Calvin's game plan from here out. James Proctor, a little lower, a little more turned. He gets acceptable distance, but nothing special.
Yeah, most likely has about 500 feet or so to that ditch from there.
Nathan Queen look-alike in the back left under that umbrella.
Oh, I missed it.
And Grady with good height, good angle. This is going to fade out to the left, kind of joining Noah.
Yeah, got pretty good distance on that, though, and may have gotten past pretty much most of that tall grass. As James going to be up first.
I think I see fairway driver not trying to go for too much, going to lay up short and attack on his third.
Yeah, backing down just to probably make sure he can rip on it, but that's pretty far backed down. He's going to be a good ways away from the pin. I'm going to say still over 430.
Yeah, I agree. And it looks like Noah, following the same game plan, is pushing it a little bit more.
Yeah, going to be a little closer than James, but still not quite ideal.
Grady having to work a little bit for the footwork, but a good flex shot, gonna cross the ditch, and that's pretty ideal. Inside 300, an easy hyzer left to the bucket.
Calvin going with the hyzer stand-up shot, never really gets the turnover to try to attack for eagle. But we're talking big things right there. He's got one of the easiest approaches for birdie you could ask for.
Yeah, and I think the more of those you can sign up for in a round, the better. Calvin's conversion rate on 100-foot upshots in his career pretty solid. Proctor going to find himself in circle 2, safe, with a birdie opportunity looking up. Noah following the same idea. This doesn't quite have the distance. Finds himself near circle's edge.
Grady going with a little touch forehand shot, but a little bit too much speed. Going to be on circle's edge as well, just from the backside.
Calvin trying to give us a rewind from about circle 4. And Proctor, the change just kind of kicking him out. Hard to dent them moving uphill.
Yeah, very committed to that shot. Just a little bit high, I think. And Noah keeping it hot. Another circle 2 look. He's got 4 birdies in a row now, moving himself to 6 down through 10.
And that's going to be a frustrating par tap in for Grady. A missed opportunity on the upshot. While Vinny from just outside the mulch, matching Noah for the 4 in a row.
Can't do it much easier than that either.
Hole 11, 335 feet as a par 3, kind of known as the wall hole. Got to clear that to get inbounds. There is a little bit of free space on the right side. If you do go out of bounds on your tee shot, you go to the drop zone, which is only 60 feet or so shorter. Therefore, I say go long of the basket. Putt back at it.
Yeah, absolutely so. What? As we see Noah maybe finding that little safe zone over on the right side. But yeah, absolutely. Go long, putt back at this basket. Moving it closer to the edge. It's really just tempting you to try to park it, but no need. Trust your putt or lay it up and get your par. Either way, it's better than being short.
And Calvin, we've seen that disc quite a lot out of him. So much stability that it comes up short, taps the wall. And that's going to stall his progress momentarily.
So James, having not seen a disc carry over that wall yet, gonna definitely put some more height on his. And does get closer, but still can't say that a disc has crested that wall.
Grady gonna go full swing mid, which I like for his power level. This is holding. Will it sink left? Not quite an ace run, but back of the circle. What do you see here, Nathan?
Just great power. Stands that disc up late, trusts it knowing that it's really not going to fade, and catches a nice drop there at the end to keep him inside circle 1.
Great shot.
And Calvin, good damage minimization. Gets to about 15 feet for his 4. Noah gonna have to release pretty high. And wow.
Count it.
I guess I shouldn't have doubted at all. Look at him come up from under the wall.
Yeah, I can't say for certain, but I feel like he's 100% from circle 2 this round. He's
not quite. He did have one miss, but it sure feels like it. When you're watching somebody like this on your card, it's a treat to watch.
Oh, it's so much fun. I totally agree. Love watch somebody when they just can't miss. James hasn't missed too much this round either. Going to put himself at 5 under par.
And Grady Shue really checking his feet, looking for this slow reach back. Good balance onto the front foot. And there it is.
Yeah, nice connection there from Grady. Can get a little bit scary. You've got that OB behind. There is a little bit of a lip, but putting down the hill like that. And here we are at hole 12, 760-foot par 4. Pretty difficult hole. Ideally, you'd like to get just to the right of this bunker or past it if you can. But if you're early left, it pinches you off a lot and definitely takes away your birdie opportunity. Best way to attack this second shot is going to be forehand as far left as you can get. Get just over that mound and try to skip towards the pin.
Little watch out crowd for Noah Meintsma. The early release boost to the left, and he's going to be well out of position. Proctor going to go with the hyzer flip to stand up. If he gets a straight skip, he'll be in great position. I think he has, Nathan.
Yeah, gets a good move on that. Looks like he pushed into that bunker or maybe just past it. So should be a pretty good spot there. Grady probably going to try to follow that same line and tap in a little bit of branches along the way, but does push forward a little bit farther left. We'll see what type of angles he has to work with.
Yeah, that was a good looking shot out of Grady. Didn't miss by much. Calvin with a good adjustment, keeps it low in the gap, pushing forward, and actually scooching over this berm after a green skip. That's huge.
Yeah, incredible drive from Calvin. You don't see many really skip over that little berm. As you said, just absolute great drive there. Can't be in a better spot.
Noah playing the skip shot, but even that is going to be short of the corner. He's going to have to find something fancy to work his way up to the green to try to save par.
So Grady not in the ideal spot, but does have a chance to throw a hyzer through here. Sawed it off. Oh, lots of speed though. Look at the skips he's getting.
Yeah, kind of a hovercraft and leapfrog there.
Yeah, it does look like James got past that bunker, sitting right on top of the berm. Swings this out wide and looks like he's going to jump into circle one.
Yeah, I know you like that counterclockwise spin, Nathan, using the wide part of the gap. And the struggle's continuing here on 12 for Noah.
And hard to be in a better position. Calvin Heimburg able to chip a forehand up. Maybe a little bit inside. Looking to push around those trees most likely. Going to be right at circle's edge.
That's 2 holes in a row. He's been foiled a little bit by the stability of his fairway driver. And Noah now putting 5 from circle 2.
Yeah, and after 4 birdies in a row, 5 birdies in a row, Noah gonna be giving a couple of them back here.
Hell yeah.
And don't look now, but it seems like Grady's found his putting stroke. Gets himself back under par for the round. Great hit from about circle's edge.
Yeah, and on a difficult hole to get the birdie on, as Calvin Heimburg also going to card that birdie, move himself back to 7 under, but 26% of the field carding the birdie on this one. Is the 3rd most difficult on the course. And we got 3 of them again here on our card.
Yeah, another hole where it's difficult to set yourself up in good position off the tee. But that second shot, no joke either. And Noah unraveling a little bit.
Yeah, just rounding out the fully misplayed hole there.
Hole 13, 348 feet as a par 3. There are some trees on the left and right that keep you honest. Have to be in this gap, but a low ceiling and high floor. Ideally, you'd like to play something that skips kind of in the bottom of the ditch in circle 2 and skitters up the hill. Mid-range and fairway both play.
Yeah, kind of depending on that wind, whether you're going to throw that mid or fairway. As James Proctor dials it up perfectly, they're going to get another little whisker tickler right up there inside the bullseye.
You can probably book that already for himself. Grady with the shank into the woods.
Okay.
But not going to pay for it hardly at all.
Oh boy. Go in. Oh, you don't throw that.
Like that shape from Calvin Heimburg. Not usually much of a mid thrower, but plays the Anheuser to drift, uses all of the ceiling,
Go in. Oh, you don't throw
and then the little speed check on the bucket.
Yeah, can't do it much better. Great to be right on line there, as it can get away from you pretty quickly behind this basket.
And Noah trying to get back on track. Does this have late stability?
Neat. There we go.
Not quite, but it does filter through into a circle 1 putt. And Nathan, you noted that it can get away behind you, or behind the basket. Pretty substantial drop off.
Yeah, and putting kind of back into a headwind here. There you see it. Dropping off pretty far. They're going to have a significant comeback putt. Noah looking to get back on track.
He wants to putt high to low. That makes it a little challenging to work with the headwind. Grady going to have to settle for a 4, it looks like. Here's Noah for his par.
James got a turkey of his own now. Moving into hole 13 as Grady gonna card another bogey, moves himself back to even. Into hole 14, combined hole this year, 1,058-foot par 5. Ideally, you'd like to get out close to where the old tee pad is, which is the FPO tee pad now. So you can throw another shot to get somewhere in this area, around 300 feet or so for your upshot. But absolutely a lefty hole here, and I think it's fantastic.
Proctor unrazzed by the crowd hollering. Great forehand out of the gap, plenty of distance, and should be able to see his landing zone, which is a pretty good luxury for the second shot here.
Yeah, if he could just throw that exact same shot again, he's going to be in a great spot.
Heimburg also going to the forehand. Not a super rare sight, but unusual off the tee with his backhand proficiency.
Similar spot to James. Noah also forehand.
Flirts with the right side trees, but plenty of distance. Everybody being successful thus far. Grady going to show us the backhand option instead.
He is going to touch those branches just a bit, able to move by them, but certainly going to have the most difficult upshot or approach shot here.
Yeah. He's going to have to throw something either understable or forced over that drifts right for most of its flight. This has to hurry and hold right, as there is out of bounds to the left side. And look at that, Nathan.
Wow. Just kept sliding and staying just right enough to stay in bounds, and that's an incredible shot. Got pretty good distance on that as well.
Yeah, could put himself in position for the 4 from maybe 300 or so. Noah skies his to the right. Does appear to have tapped out. Don't know if he'll have a swing. Calvin to the backhand fairway driver. I think this is the flippier of the two, as he throws it flat, looking to drift to the right.
I know that this is an incredible shot, and it's exactly what he wanted to do. But it's so much harder than the tee shot that he just threw, where he could throw the exact same shot again. In my opinion, clearly he knows what he's doing. But it just seems like that's the harder shot here to me.
Yeah, potentially. I think it's a distance thing where he can get more out of a fairway driver than throwing the distance driver forehand. And Noah looks like he's going to hack it into the right side again.
Oh, no.
And throwing that backhand means if you do happen to go out of bounds, it's going to be much later in the flight. Proctor to the mid.
Oh, this looks to be the same disc he just threw on hole 13. And just got a little bit too much on it. All you need is about 5 feet long for you to end up about 30.
Grady's bag placement relative to his mini just makes me nervous thinking he's going to kick it in his swing. Good forehand into the circle, and coming up 15 feet short counts in my book as a win here. Calvin, a lot of stability on the end here, but very successful, also to 15 feet or so.
Yeah, I like that stability just to make sure you don't get too much glide. Great to control that distance when you have that quick drop off. And just like hole 6 played as the hardest hole back-to-back days, hole 14 here played as the second hardest hole back-to-back days. As James again just barely off on that circle 2 look. It's been all over the basket from circle 2 today.
Calvin gonna stick it.
Gobble, gobble.
Yeah. It's kind of been all or nothing for Calvin Heimburg. He has had a couple bogeys in this stretch, but so many birdies to back it up.
The same percentage of bogey or above as birdie today, 28. But 8% of that double bogey and another 3% triple bogey or worse. So lots of big numbers on this one today, causing it to be over par.
I'm glad they had some company so you didn't single them out. Hole 15, an initial gap shot, mandatory forces you to the left, and then the fairway is going to dogleg to the right. After that, a ton of open space, basket perched a little ways up a hill, but no super danger around it otherwise. A little bit of a right to left crosswind initially.
Yeah, and that's about ideal right there. Make it just over that mound and got pretty good distance to the right, which is really the distance that you need to get closer to the hole.
Grady again going to show us the backhand option and gets to the top of the berm. Brand new tee pad this year on the banks of the Mississippi. Very nice course improvement, and Proctor going to use it to its full advantage. Middle of the fairway.
They spent some time and built up this tee pad very nicely. It's cleaned out right behind it, so you got a nice view. We've got 4 nice tee shots here.
Grady Shue going to be the first one to go, and even though he is on top of the berm, he will almost be able to see the basket. Kind of an advantage here, so that he doesn't just pick a point in the sky. Distance driver hung out to the right. This is dying left early, though.
Yeah, puts himself in circle 2. Pretty safe putt to run, as long as you make it or don't hit anything. This is one of the baskets that has some rollaway potential right around the green.
Heimburg with a decent shot. However, he skips at the basket, which often trails down to the left, back to circle's edge or so. Meintsma trying to correct for that. Gives it plenty of width, and then the late fade. Wow, stays up the hill.
Yeah, gonna have a pretty scary putt now. Looks to be open without branches in the way, but quite downhill right here. And drops off behind it, so it looks extra downhill when you're up there.
Proctor got close enough to just throw the spike. I would have liked to see that finish. However, he will also have a circle 1 putt. You see the looseness in Noah's swing here. A lot of back to forward motion and well measured on the putt. Sneaks it over the rim.
Yeah, just needed a circle 2 putt to get him back on track again, I guess. He's been on it from circle 2 today. Move him back to 5 down. Calvin looking to move to 10 now with 4 in a row.
That's a tough miss. I don't know if he was expecting additional wind drop, but hits it off the band. Proctor just below the band. Moves himself to 8.
Yeah, and he's been kind of quiet. We didn't really seem to be talking about him much. He's not really making the circle 2 putts, but throwing very well, giving himself lots of opportunities. He's,
and that's super key out here, just giving yourself the chances.
If disc golf is your game, make Gotta Go, Gotta Throw your Disc Golf warehouse with a huge selection of discs, bags, baskets, carts, and more. Everything you need for the game you love. Online or at our Minnesota store. Gotta Go, Gotta Throw.com, your disc golf warehouse.
Another great chance for birdie here on hole 16, 402-foot par 3. Going to see some hyzer fairway drivers, possibly some drivers. Always seems to be a bit of a headwind here, so you can attack with a low line drive that's going to skip up the hill, or you can throw big hyzer that's going to move pretty far left and try to spike right on it.
Proctor kind of taking the low line, wants stability on the flat, and then gets a great stop with the tree just left of the bucket.
Yeah, sweet shot. Gonna be looking to move to 9 under par.
Meintsma coming up early. This is going to flare to the left, but still a circle 2 look. He's been pretty solid at those all day.
Yeah, decent checkup there. Didn't hit the top of the hill. Able to get a little slow down. Calvin also going with that lower line, swinging it out a bit wider still, though.
And really good angle there from Catch Cam Dave, showing the action you kind of expect here. You run up the hill, and then you're going to check and roll back down it a little ways.
Grady going with that higher spike line, looking to just hit and stick. And doesn't quite stick. Still kind of rolling, but gonna end up with a pretty good shot inside circle one.
Noah gives it the bid, comes up a little short.
Yeah, just a little bit too much obstruction there, a little bit in his stance and with that tree there. Calvin Heimburg, though, able to get back on track after small miss on the last hole. Now moves to 10 under par, tying his first round score. Gonna see if he can keep on moving forward now.
And a solo 3 next to his name. Grady, good putt. Now to 2 down for the round, 12 overall.
Yeah, and I believe that is the farthest under par Grady has been. He's been fighting a bit of a roller coaster, starting off slow and starting to again work his way back.
Yeah, definitely a couple more scoreable holes here. We'll see what he can close out. Proctor also to take his birdie. So well done by our card as we go into hole 17. 243 feet, the shortest on the course. Narrow corridor. An elevated basket that's surrounded by OB left, right, long. All about control here.
Yeah, a lot of the times when you have a gap like this, you really just want to punch it. You want to hit your disc real hard to make sure you hit that line. But if you do that, woof, you can really push that OB line long. As long right, it sneaks up right around 22 feet maybe. So not really all that tight of a gap, but just feels a little tricky on the tee. You usually have a bit of a headwind right to left, more right to left than headwind.
Proctor solved the problem with spin. Calvin tries to solve it with a little bit of stability, though it comes out low. Grady playing that baby flex as well. And a good check just to the edge of the bullseye.
Yeah, very nice control. Looking for that baby flex from Noah also, but just a little bit low, and this is a scary putt to run right here.
Yeah. This is where you have to decide if you're that dude or not. Noah putting it to the heavens. And gets it just to the base.
Yeah, Calvin not quite as scary, but just outside circle one still. Definitely can give you some nerves. You know Catch Cam Dave's gonna get out of the way if you miss.
And a good confident stick by Calvin, high into the chains. Gets to the backside of the basket and in. Calvin Heimburg 11 down for the round.
And stares him down. Said, you know I'm gonna make this too. Proctor coming back the other way, moves himself to 10 under par with a turkey of his own, matching his first round score. Tied for fourth.
Nicely done by Grady, continuing his battle. Noah taps in a par again.
Brings us into the final hole. Fantastic hole 18. You've got 2 separate water carries. You can choose to do it in 2 shots or 3, depending on how much power you have, which is what makes this one of a great finishing hole. You've got that opportunity for eagle if you need to push for it. Which I imagine we'll see a few, if not all of the players do here.
Wind, not a huge factor. A little bit of headwind, perhaps. Proctor not afraid of the water carry at all. Gets himself to the flat area, and that's kind of decision zone.
Yeah, probably far enough for him to physically be able to carry that next shot, but really gonna need to get everything on it to do it. Calvin, though, getting a great move on this shot, and is gonna skip up there well past James and reach the bunker, which is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to have inside 400 feet. Perhaps weird footing, but you see the difference in their shots. Grady kind of following Calvin's a little bit, where there's a lot more right movement in the shot. Makes the water carry longer, but adds distance if you execute it properly.
Yeah, and also well placed, should be able to attack the green on his second shot. Noah also giving that flex shot out there, and that's going to put James the farthest back with a full water carry there.
This doesn't look like a layup to me.
It does not. Driver in hand. This is low. Does it have the speed? Oh, yes, it does. It's going to carry, jump into that bunker, leave himself a circle 2 look for eagle there.
The hard part done, however. Noah also going to try to attack, playing a hyzer flip from the inside. And I like the shape of this. Also going to find that bunker. Nicely done by Noah. Getting it done with different kind of spin.
Grady from a bit closer won't have to really try to overpower this. Just has his smooth drive as normal. Is still going to end up finding that bunker. Might have pushed closer to circle 1. It's still a bit short. And Calvin, from where some people lay their second shot up to.
The luxury of going fairway driver for his second. Trust your width with the hyzer. I like the shape. But that too going to find the bunker. Seems this green is impenetrable.
Yeah, difficult to really pinpoint your distance on this shot. Pretty easy to end up in the bunker. And if you put enough on it to carry, it's fairly easy to end up 25 or 30 behind this basket.
So 4 eagle putts incoming. Noah almost able to cap off an incredible circle 2 round.
I guess go ahead.
But will still card a birdie.
Yeah, just a bit high right on that one. You'd love to see it stick. Just not quite this time. Calvin Heimburg did push inside circle 1. Going to be putting from about 31 feet here. Trying to get his solid footing in the sand, make sure it doesn't absorb too much power.
And look at him go. Dunks it over the rim for eagle. 13 down on the round. Tied for second for the event.
Yeah, 13 down on the round with 2 bogeys and an eagle to wrap it up. James Proctor with his own eagle chance here. Just wants a birdie.
Grady Shue gets himself to 14 under.
Yeah,
Good to see him on the card, and good to see him battle on this back especially.
yeah, not the round he was looking for, certainly, but a turkey to finish strong. Does bounce him back nicely inside that top 40.
Our card plays hole 18, 5 under overall.
Guess we might call that a star frame. That's got five strokes under par there. What a way to finish.
We found Nathan's semantic limits on star and diamond frames. We're going to see Calvin jump up to that lead card, and tomorrow we'll have Garrett Girthy, James Proctor, Evan Scott, and Emerson Keith. Great work by everybody on our card. very excited to see our final round conclusion from Sunday in Clearwater, Minnesota, Nathan.
Yeah, looking forward to it as well. Lots of birdies slated as we have another low wind day. Great weather, just a bit hot. Drink your water. Make sure you tune in to Gatekeeper Media for the third and final round. Thank you guys for tuning in. For Andrew Fish, I'm Nathan Queen. We'll see you guys out there.